Hi guys, my name is Nishil Kaushal and I am currently interning with a Lexington company, and today I will talk about the various grounds of divorce under Muslim law with the help of certain case laws. So basically, as per section 2 of the Dissolution of Muslim Marriages Act 1939, a woman married under Muslim law shall be entitled to obtain a decree for the dissolution of her marriage on any of the following grounds, which I'm going to tell. First, that the whereabouts of the husband have not been known for a period of 4 years. However, a decree passed on such ground shall not take effect for a period of 6 months from the date of such decree, and if the husband appears either in person or through an authorized agent within that period and satisfied the court that he is prepared to perform his conjugal duties, then the court shall set aside the said decree. Second, if that the husband has neglected or failed to provide for her maintenance for a period of 2 years. Third, that the husband has been sentenced to imprisonment for a period of 7 years or more. However, no decree shall be passed on such ground until the sentence has become final. Fourth, that the husband has failed to perform without reasonable cause his marital obligations for a period of 3 years. Fifth, that the husband was important at the time of the marriage and continues to be so. However, before passing a decree on such court, the court shall, on application by the husband, make an order requiring the husband to satisfy the court within a period of 1 year from the date of such order that he has ceased to be important. I'll repeat. Before passing a decree on such ground, the court shall, on application by the husband, make an order requiring the husband to satisfy the court within a period of 1 year from the date of such order that he has ceased to be important. And if the husband so satisfied the court within such period, no decree shall be passed on the said ground. Sixth, that the husband has been insane for a period of 2 years or is suffering from a leprosy or virulent venereal disease. Seventh, that she, having been given in marriage by her father or other guardian before she attained the age of 15 years, repudiated the marriage before attaining the age of 18 years. However, the marriage has not been consummated. That the husband that the husband treats her with cruelty. So basically, cruelty here means many points, such as habitually assaults her or makes her life miserable by cruelty of conduct, even if such conduct does not amount to physical ill treatment. As second point, associates with women of evil repute or leads an infamous life. C, attempts to force her to lead an immoral life. Fourth, disposes of her property or prevents her from exercising her legal rights over it. And sixth, obstructs her in the observance of her religious profession or practice. So these are the basic points which are contributing in cruelty. Now, if he has more than one wife, it does not treat her equitably in accordance with the injunctions of the Quran on any other ground which is recognized as valid for the dissolution of marriages under Muslim law. So basically, these are the grounds for divorce under Muslim law. And now I'll tell about certain case laws, as in Mohammed Abdul Jalil Ahmad versus Marina Begum. After filing the divorce application by a wife on the ground of cruelty and non-performance of marital obligations by the husband, both the parties has filed a joint application for divorce by mutual consent. The court held that the grounds for divorce under the section were already met out, so decree of divorce can be passed in terms of the compromise between the parties even in the absence of the provision of divorce by consent under the act. Now another case, as in the case of Abdul Azim versus Fatimunzia Taigam, a wife's petition for dissolution of marriage on the ground of impotence. The husband sought a year's time to prove that he had ceased to be impotent. On the expiry of 1 year, the decree was passed in favor of wife. The act requires an opportunity to satisfy the court about cessation of impotency, and that opportunity is available only when husband makes an application for the same. It would not be right to say that the subsequent accusation of virility can be proved only by sexual act with the wife, which would mean that she should make herself available to the husband again and again whenever demanded during the entire period of the year. Thank you.